Okay, you're here because you see something in yourself and you saw something in me. And what you see is masculinity is more than just an outfit. Masculinity is more than just this, tattoos, hair, jewelry. Masculinity is something that's way past skin deep. So wherever you are on your queer journey, you found somewhere within yourself, you see somewhere within yourself where you want to dive a little deeper, where you want to better yourself, improve, learn, grow, um, just like I did. I came out of a being part of a men's community for over a year of self improvement, business, money, women, sex, love, all those things for one whole year. And being part of that community, I just left the community just last week and a few days ago. And I feel the absence of that brotherhood already. You know, they never knew I was a woman, snuck in, which is what I do. I do what I want. Um, and I will say that it was one of the most rewarding and challenging and enlightening experiences of my life. So if you're joining Fuel Nation now to be part of this brohood, this sisterhood, this maskhood, I'm saying welcome. You know, we need each other. I need you. But what I will say is that I came to that brotherhood at different points in my journey in life, with women, with love, with relationships, with business, with money, in my purpose. You know, down here, there's been points in my life where I've not had a code. And despite any of my upbringing, despite anything I learned from my parents, despite anything that I learned from God or church or whatever, I still didn't have a code. I lived by my own rules, and sometimes even the rules that I had and values I threw out the window. So I know what it feels like to lead my life with no direction. I know what it's like to lead my life having values and then compromising them for something in the moment, you know? And I feel like that's one of the challenges of being a woman and also just being in part of life, is that sometimes things get lonely. Sometimes there was times in my life I was lonely, and I was willing to compromise and pay a price of my value for that, you know, momentary or temporary um, lack of loneliness. If it was a person, if it was drinking and partying, if it was spending money and deluding myself with certain things and materialism, thinking it was going to fill a hole, I don't know. But I know what it's like to not have a code, and I know what it's like to have values that I don't practice. And I feel that for this community, I want us to hold each other accountable for values, for these commandments. And I went ahead and created these commandments based on values and code that I live by, not always at the same time, but that I live by and that are universal to all of us as humans and individuals. And I want us to embody these qualities and these codes here in Fuel Nation. Treat each other with honor, respect, and also bring this outside of the community, off of school, and into our real lives. This is how we will empower people around us, be lights in our lives, in our community, make a positive impact, make a difference, and bring growth into our communities, and love and leadership and strength more than anything. So that is why you're here, because you see that you are capable of these things and that you want to strive for growth towards these things. You already are all these things.